Hey everyone, Jeremy from Daily Marketing here with another episode in our Facebook and Instagram ads epic. Today we are going to be looking at the messages campaign type. Now this is an interesting campaign type and it's actually one of the newer ones that I've kind of seen come around, and it can be incredibly powerful, especially if you pair it up with a chat bot that has a little bit of intelligence, and you kind of can go through some really interesting sort of qualifying funnels and things like that, as well as, some actually really cool e-commerce stuff in some ways, depending on how you set up your chatbot. We're not going to be talking about chatbots today, though. I just wanted to give you context on that. In the future, we will go into chatbot setup as kind of the advanced strategies in the coming weeks, and I'll show you kind of some of the best chat tools out there and how to actually set up some really cool bots that can do some incredible work and actually are extremely effective according to a number of marketers kind of that use them. But today we are just going to be focusing on actually setting up the campaign. So I'm going into my ads manager right now. And as soon as that loads, we're going to click that familiar green button for create. And then we are going to go to the messages campaign under the consideration column, the center column there. And so you can use this to get people to send your business messages in either Messenger or WhatsApp, which is an interesting development. It's the way that Facebook is apparently starting to kind of integrate their WhatsApp product that they acquired a few years back into their kind of ad offerings. And so that was inevitable. We were kind of all just waiting to see how that would go. So I've checked that out. We can do, so up here at the top, message destinations, we can check WhatsApp and we can choose a page for WhatsApp, right? Or we can check, and you'll have to actually tie your WhatsApp account to your page, but this is certainly an option and a very good option if a lot of your customers are international. But we're going to choose Messenger today. So send people from ads into Messenger, and you click the Messenger. So you have two options here. You can click to Messenger, so open Messenger conversations from ads. So basically, somebody sees an ad in Facebook or Instagram, you'll create the ad and the message people see in Messenger, and it'll kind of start a conversation, right? The other is that you can do sponsored message, and this is sending a message to existing conversations that you have with people, that have already kind of contacted your business. We're going to do the click to Messenger. That makes the most sense for us right now. As usual, working with Tanks that get around. Wonderful team, hilarious shirts. Check them out if you haven't already. Buy a shirt. They're very funny. Really love their stuff. And once again, gotta say thank you so much to them for opening up their ads manager to let us all learn. So gonna do the frequent international travelers. This is just our usual kind of target, and we're going to narrow that audience down to engaged shoppers, which means they click ads. Always, I try and include engaged shoppers whenever it makes sense. So going into placements, if you hit edit placements, you can kind of see that it only is showing up in feeds, marketplace, Instagram feeds, and the Messenger inbox, right? So very limited inventory as compared to a lot of the other ad types, but it makes sense in that you want somebody to be prompted to open Messenger. So otherwise, normal daily budget and all of that, we're just going to continue, and we'll kind of get into the ad creation piece here. So, choose your Facebook page. You can do some interesting stuff here. So you could still do a carousel, single image, single video, or slideshow, right? And with all of that, it just depends on what assets you have. I'm just going to leave this on single image right now. I'm not actually going to build out the ad right now because we're just kind of going through this at a high level, but once we get down here into the Messenger setup, we'll go through that. So, select your image, select your text, headline, kind of connected Messenger, whatever you want to say, shoot us a message. or what have you. Just do a call to action that makes sense with the kind of campaign that you're running. The kind of campaigns that I see do really well with messenger campaigns is a lot of B2B folks actually have a lot of success with messenger campaigns, because they can kind of get a potential person talking to and engaging with some of their content, right, and potentially even send them a link to like download a white paper or something like that, or get them talking to like a solutions expert, right, in the B2B space. Another thing I see it used really well for is kind of contests. Get folks to kind of enter into these contests via messenger campaigns, right? And then you can kind of mass send messages after that to those people and kind of collect their contact info. And you could do the entire, kind of setup for the contest through Messenger. So rather than taking somebody to a landing page, which is higher friction, you can do it in kind of an entirely native experience. And then the other ways I've seen it is really, kind of interesting stuff around e-commerce, where again, it would require like a bot, but you would say like, find the perfect, find the perfect like Lego set or something like that, right? I don't know if Lego's doing anything, but find the perfect Lego set and ask a series of questions, and then it spits out like a recommendation for a Lego set. So kind of intelligent, like smart shopper sort of stuff I've seen done, executed really well with chatbots. So obviously just set up an ad that makes sense. You're going to want to do the, call to action, send messages, the obvious one, but you can, theoretically shop now, sign up, that sort of thing work as well. You can do an overlay, free shipping, cash on delivery, like whatever with that. So what we want to do now is we want to kind of look at the messenger setup, right? And so you can do a standard template that includes, a greeting and a few questions people might want to ask about your business. We'll edit that and say, what are your hours? Where's your store located? Can I learn more about a product? Right? Things like that. Those are suggested sort of questions. And then you can add personalization up here versus first name, last name, full name. This is a pretty simple one, right? If you're like a local small business, this is a great one as well. Kind of that's another application that I've seen too, is restaurants utilizing these in kind of smart ways, and saying like, what's your daily special? Are you open today? Things like that, right? And so just very simple questions that you can kind of answer and start a conversation with folks about. What's your delivery radius, that sort of thing. Now, if we get over here into custom template, we can do, some really interesting stuff. You can do some cool customizations and say, starting off, you can start off with text and image, text and video, or just text, right? You can do some kind of customer actions. So you can, suggest questions that people might want to see. You can do some buttons. So send people out of the website, right? And then quick replies, show short replies that people can send to your business. So this is kind of, those will be side-by-side options to tap, right? And so a quick reply is like, I'd like to learn more, or what are your hours, right? There's a lot of conversation, all sort of things. So, right. So at the bottom, you can see how you can kind of scroll through them. If we were to go to frequently asked questions, that's similar to the kind of standard template that we were looking at. And then buttons, you can say, underneath a statement, you can have like a number of buttons that people can click, right, and kind of choose your own adventure. As you'll notice too, on, quick replies, it says connect your bot. And on, frequently, it just says that on quick replies, but you can actually connect your bot, and they really encourage you to kind of use those third-party bots to come up with those, kind of really advanced sort of logic. And there's some impressive stuff. And like I said, we'll go through that another time. So you can make it a little bit more engaging, text and image, and then you can actually, for those of you that are developer types, you can actually just use JSON and do your own thing that way. So that's really all that you need when it comes to kind of a simple messenger setup. Like I said, there's a number of applications that it makes a lot of sense for. I'd encourage you to kind of look at it for your business and kind of, just think through like some possibilities of a more conversational sort of approach to marketing. At a high level, a lot of marketing stuff is moving towards this kind of one-to-one world, right? And that's a good thing. This sort of personalization increases conversion rates. It, builds a better loyalty with customers and, between your brand and customers. And so, this is kind of what a lot of the future is. And I would strongly encourage you to, take Messenger seriously and try and think about some kind of unique ways in order to leverage that. And like I said, we'll get more into chatbots and kind of advanced logic and tactics a little bit later on. But thank you all so much for watching, and happy marketing.